Hello everyone, and welcome to our session on project cost management. This is a critical area for any successful project, ensuring we deliver within financial constraints. Today, we'll delve into the fundamental aspects of managing project costs effectively. We'll explore the major components that form the backbone of sound financial planning and execution in project environments. Project cost management is essentially about controlling the financial aspects of your project. It involves four key processes that work together seamlessly. These are, first, resource planning, where we identify what we need; second, cost estimating, where we approximate those costs; third, cost budgeting, where we allocate funds; and finally, cost control, where we manage changes and monitor performance. Resource planning is our starting point. It's about determining the physical resources, that's people, equipment, and materials, and the exact quantities needed for each project activity. We need to coordinate this closely with our cost estimating efforts. Careful resource allocation is vital to ensure we complete projects not just on time, but also within the approved budget. Resources are the lifeblood of any project. When we talk about resource planning, we consider several inputs, such as the work breakdown structure, historical data, and the project scope. Our primary tool here is expert judgment, leveraging the experience of seasoned professionals. The output of this process is a clear set of resource requirements, detailing the types and quantities of resources needed for every element of our project work. Next, we move to cost estimation. This process involves developing an approximation of the monetary costs for all resources required to complete project activities. The main purpose is to evaluate the anticipated cost of the entire project. This estimate is then often submitted to the client as a proposed budget for their approval. It's important to distinguish between a cost estimate, which is an approximation, and a cost budget, which is the approved financial plan. For cost estimation, our inputs include the work breakdown structure, resource requirements, and historical information from past projects. We utilize various tools and techniques, such as analogous estimating, parametric modeling, and analytical estimating. The primary output of this phase is the activity cost estimates, providing a detailed breakdown of the projected costs for each task. Let's look at some specific techniques. Analogous estimating uses the actual cost of a similar, previous project as a basis for the current one. It's quick but less precise. Parametric modeling, on the other hand, uses project characteristics or parameters in a mathematical model to predict costs. This can be more accurate, especially when we have quantifiable data and established cost per unit rates. Our third technique is analytical estimating, also known as bottom-up estimating. This involves a detailed cost analysis of individual work packages or tasks. We estimate the cost of each small item and then sum them up to get a project total. This method offers high accuracy, but it requires significant detail and can be more time-consuming to perform. Each estimation method has its place. Analogous estimating is fast and useful in early project phases but less accurate. Parametric modeling offers more precision by using formulas, but its reliability depends on the quality of the model. Analytical estimating provides the most realistic and accurate figures, provided we have detailed task and resource information available. Choosing the right method depends on the project stage and available data. Understanding different types of costs is crucial. We primarily categorize them into direct and indirect costs. Direct costs are directly attributable to a single task, like the labor for a specific activity or materials used. Indirect costs, however, cannot be tied to one specific task. These include overheads, administrative expenses like office rent, utilities, and even profit margins or loan charges. Cost budgeting is where we establish the maximum amount of money allowed for the project. It often uses similar tools and techniques as cost estimation. The main output here is the project cost baseline. This is a time-phased budget that serves as our benchmark for measuring and monitoring cost performance throughout the project lifecycle. It's developed by summing estimated costs over time. Finally, we have cost control. This is about influencing factors that might cause changes to our cost baseline, determining when those changes have occurred, and managing them effectively. Cost control involves continuously monitoring our cost performance, ensuring all changes are accurately recorded, preventing unauthorized adjustments, and keeping all stakeholders informed about any approved modifications to the budget.